excited to be in the NCAA tournament.
So what happens after you see your name? Do the coaches go right into scouting on Sunday night, and when do you start preparing your team for the opponent?
Yeah, it's right away. There's no question about it. The coaches begin to put the game plan together and gather all the information and get scouting reports from other teams and really just dive in. We gave the players a couple of days off to allow their bodies to heal from that long run in the ACC tournament, and we showed them film the next day on the ACC tournament, but nothing in regards to Wright State until Tuesday. And so we've had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now we're ready to play.
So you mentioned you get scouting reports from other teams. Are you collaborating with ACC teams?
Yeah, we have our own scouting service, like analytical deals where we can get information on any team, for that matter. And then you go around and find like opponents or coaches that you know and try to get information. I mean, we're not reliant on that information. It's just all a marker.
This game's on Friday instead of your team having to play on Thursday. How important was that extra day, and how did your team spend it after that grueling run in the ACC tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I think it should pay dividends. Our guys should be ready to go physically. I've had it both ways. I've had to play Sunday and then travel and play Thursday in the NCAA tournament. I've had several weeks off before the NCAA tournament, and I think certainly it bodes well when you can get your legs up under you.
Your center, Johan Brunlo, injured his wrist in the ACC tournament, played through that pain, was a bit compromised. What is his status heading into this game?
Yeah, he's playing again. He's certainly not 100% at this point, but he has more movement and more strength in his right hand, and so we're excited that he can get out there.
Every time you've been in this tournament as a head coach, your team has been the underdog in the first round. Now you're the favorite. Is your messaging to the team any different when you're Goliath compared to David?
Well, I think a little bit, but, I think mostly it's about playing. Once the ball is tipped up, what happens inside those lines, we're in control of, and we have to control it the best that we can. And we know that we're playing an excellent team, a team that's won a lot of games, over the course of their season. They've been up big and held on to win. They've been down big and come back and won. And so a lot of crazy things can happen in the NCAA tournament, and so we've got to be prepared.
I just heard one shining moment through the walls as I was sitting at breakfast. What are you showing your team about this tournament?
Yeah, we showed them the 2019 one shining moment on Monday when I had our first meeting, and then today we showed one shining moment, but it was just a montage of our players from this season and funny things that happened throughout the year. And so ultimately, these guys are kids. I want them to enjoy the moment, and that's when you can play your best, is when you're playing in a fierce way, but you're having fun doing it, and you're doing it with the guys that you really care about. And, I'm excited to see how we do today.
What aspects of your team gives you confidence that they can make a deep run in this tournament?
Yeah, I think we're not focused on a deep run. We're focused on winning the first game and getting in the tournament, so to speak. And everyone wants to make a deep run, but the only way to make a deep run is to focus on the game that you're playing. And we've got to do that against Wright State today, and then we'll worry about what's next.
All right, what is the scouting report on the Wright State Raiders?
Yeah, they do a great job at the rim on offense. 60-some%. They're number one in the country at getting rim shots. The percentage is not the highest in the country, but their volume is very, very high. And so we've got to do a great job of protecting and forcing them further out. We can't allow them to have a high volume of shots near the rim. But at the same time, they shoot a really good percentage from three, albeit a low volume. And so we can't get seduced into just guarding the paint. We've got to be able to do both, which this team has proven that they can do.
What do you plan on telling your team right before they hit the court?
Go have fun.
Easy enough, Coach. We'll talk to you on Sunday.
Awesome. Thanks.
That's head coach Ryan Odom, Virginia, and Wright State coming up. First round of the NCAA tournament from Philadelphia.
Down many ways, streets, and lanes all across America, you'll find Valero. At your go-to gas station, volunteering with local charities, fueling communities 365 days a year, and generally being a good neighbor. So whether you're in Texas, Louisiana, or Tennessee, or right here in Virginia, you can always depend on us getting you where you need to be, in life or on the road, right now.
Check back from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Every Who's fan knows UVA speaks hoops. And if you're a pork fan, your taste buds know that Smithfield speaks pork. As a proud sponsor of UVA basketball, Smithfield knows how to craft quality, flavor-packed pork that's perfect for game day. From pregame feast to halftime bites. No matter if your language is smoky, sweet, spicy, or all of the above. Whether it's their ready-to-eat anytime favorites ham, flavor-packed marinated tenderloins, or a smoky classic like their hometown original bacon, Smithfield Pork speaks for itself. Smithfield, we speak pork.
This is Cavalier Courtside on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. We'll be back with the Tiger Fuel starting lineups and opening tip-off straight ahead. Wahoo Nation, it's game day. Ryan Odom's Who's are heard here.
My relationship with this place started in 1982. This is the place that I fell in love with basketball.
Cavalier basketball is presented all season long by UVA Orthopedics. From common injuries to complex surgery, our world-class experts can get you and your family back in the game. Learn more at uvahealth.com/ortho. State Farm. The State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you create an affordable price just for you. UVA Health. Driven to bring hope to life. uvahealth.com/driven. Tip-off is just moments away. It's time for our Tiger Fuel starting lineups. Brought to you by Tiger Fuel, Wahoo Nation's locally owned and family-operated fuel supplier since 1982. Visit tigerfuel.com for all your heating and fueling needs. Now, here are the Cavaliers, ready and waiting to come off the bench.
Des Roberts, guard, Charlottesville, Virginia.
Owen Odom, guard, Annapolis, Maryland.
Martin Carrère, Potoc-sur-Adour, France. Dakari White, combo guard, Orlando, Florida.
Silas Barksdale, forward, Newport News, Virginia. Carter Lang, forward, Charlottesville, Virginia.
Ugon Onyenso, center, Imosta, Nigeria.
Elijah Gertrude, point guard, Jersey City.
Chance Mallory, point guard, Charlottesville, Virginia.
Now, here is today's University of Virginia basketball starting five.
Malik Thomas, point guard, Fontana, California.
Dallin Hall, guard, Plain City, Utah.
Sam Lewis, small forward, Chicago, Illinois.
Tess Verider, forward, Prescott, Belgium.
Johan Bruno, center, Löning, Germany.
It's game time. UVA basketball is on the floor and over the air. Now let's go courtside to the broadcast crew.
It is game day for the University of Virginia, and the Who's have arrived at the doorstep of the greatest sporting event in America. This time last year in Charlottesville, there was no postseason. There was no team. There was no coaching staff. Now a new era has rapidly brought in new expectations. The rebuild is over. This is the reward. 40 minutes of basketball on a neutral floor in Philadelphia. In college basketball, this is all you want and all that you're guaranteed. One more game to get one more game. Welcome to third-seeded UVA versus the upset-minded Raiders of Wright State. The madness is here. Jimmy Miller, you have seen just about everything in this tournament as a player and a broadcaster. There are no easy games in this competition. It's why we love it. It's also why it's taken us to some very dark places in the past. So how do the Hoos avoid the upset today, win their first NCAA tournament game since the 2019 National Championship? Give me those keys to putting the name Virginia in the second round of the NCAA tournament bracket.
Yeah, John, number one is defending the paint. 59% of their shot attempts are at the rim or in the paint. They've got to defend the paint. Number two, they've got to box out. As a result of all those guys inside, they are crowded in the paint. You got to keep them off the glass. And number three, John, I'm all about keeping it simple. You got to take care of the basketball. They have the Defensive Player of the Year in the Horizon League, TJ Birch, number 22, averaging 2.5 steals a game. Virginia's got to take care of the basketball.
So often in the NCAA tournament, the games at every neutral site start out with a small crowd when it's the earliest tip-off of the day at the venue. This is not one of those instances. This arena, over 20,000 seats, just looking around, it's about 80% full right now. And there's a fair amount of Virginia fans. We can see orange everywhere, but you can already feel that this might turn into a road game. When Virginia ran out onto the floor, all the neutrals here booed them. And if Wright State can hang around, this arena and all of the noise could turn against the Cavaliers. So a fast start necessary here in Philadelphia. Our officials, Brian O'Connell, Jeffrey Clark, and Brian McNutt. As the teams have had their lineups introduced, and now we simply await the tip-off. It's amazing how you can hear your name announced on Sunday and think, oh my gosh, we got a game in 4 days. But then by the time it arrives, it's, oh my gosh, will it finally get here?
They've been all day. They've been, well, listen, since we've been in Philadelphia, they have been preparing for this moment right here. They're eager and excited to get out there. And now this is the opportunity to go and make history. It's nothing better. There is anything better than what we're getting ready to see as a player right now.
Wright State takes the floor first. Black shirts, black shorts, white numbers, and the dog logo over those numbers. Virginia in white shirts and shorts. Virginia written over their chest in orange. Here we go. 40 minutes to earn another 40 minutes. Virginia versus Wright State. The Who's dance begins now as the ball is tossed and tapped backwards, and the Cavaliers control the opening possession. Attacking the hoop to our right, directly in front of the Wright State band. Dallin Hall on the near sideline, picks up the bounce, feeds Sam Lewis. Jabs to his right, cuts to his left, puts his defender on his back. Lewis keeps the dribble alive, stops on the left baseline, whips out top to Hall, 10 to shoot. Hall, a dribble drive, turns it back towards Lewis, picks up the Grunlow screen, whips it to Hall with 4 to shoot. Dallin dashes into the lane, creates separation with 1, got to put it up, fires but not in time. It's a shot clock violation on the opening possession.
John, you can see Virginia a little nervous right there in that first possession. I thought they passed up on 2 or 3 opportunities. One right out of the gate off the down screen, down low. Testerritter was wide open. They missed him. And then 2 other shot attempts from the perimeter. They just passed on and made the extra pass.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Only 2 players touched the ball in that possession. It was just Dallin and Sam Lewis. Wright State with the basketball for the first time. Malik Thomas falls down defending Callahan, who launches the 3. It's off the front of the iron to the backboard. And Sam Lewis has the rebound for UVA. Glides over the March Madness logo at midcourt. Long sleeves on for the sharpshooter, who steps back, flicks the wrist for 3, swirls in and out, no good. Rebound batted up in the air and controlled by the Raiders. Michael Amari-Bay, the 6'7" graduate student, corralled the rebound, and he handles now at the top of the key between the logo and the line. Hip-high handoff to Pangonis. Back to Amari-Bay. Dishes to Pangonis at the free throw line. Squeezes underneath to Amari-Bay. Had his shot erased by Grunlow, and Grunlow picks up the rebound. Here comes Virginia in transition, scoreless game, almost 90 seconds into it. Tester Ritter, free throw line extended left, drives, lost the ball. It pops up in the air. It's being contested, rolls out of bounds off of Virginia. Then it'll be Wright State basketball in what is a rugged start to this contest.
I tell you what, I think it's really important for Virginia early on in this game. They've got to be clean and crisp with the basketball, particularly on the offensive end. And what I mean by that is don't let it stick in any one spot. I feel like they're dribbling a little too much and not making that defense move with the pass.
18-20 to go. Game scoreless. Wright State with the rock. Kellen Pickett, this conference's freshman of the year, gives it to Pangonis. Free throw line jumper, wide left. Rebound snatched by Malik Thomas of Virginia. Thomas over the midcourt stripe, had it knocked away, lost it, ball's loose. Wright State comes away with it, and a foul in the open floor as Callahan was grabbed by Dallin Hall. It is a nervy beginning for the Hoos. 18:03 to go in the first half. Game is scoreless, and looks like they're having some issues with the basketball, Jimmy. One of the theories of this tournament is that the balls are overinflated.
Yeah, it looks like they're for sure they're having difficulty controlling the basketball. I think you just got to settle in here, make the extra pass, advance the ball up the floor, and just be patient.
Game scoreless over 2 minutes into it, and Wright State throws the ball away, looking for Margbay. So the balls, you'll notice them if you're watching on TV. The nickname for them is the Tangerine. They're bright orange. They're tournament-specific basketballs. And the NCAA provides them, and they inflate them. So it's not like it's conference or the home team, which typically gets to provide the ball.
Wright State picking up full court.
Cavaliers have it with Thomas into the lane. Off-balance leaner, no good. Tip try for Grunlow won't fall. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Wright State. We remain scoreless.
I like that play that time by Virginia, attacking downhill from the top instead of passing around or dribbling outside. They got a good early look that time. Now you got out of bounds underneath against looks like a set man-to-man defense.
Virginia 0, Wright State 0. Thomas on the baseline. Bounces out to Grunlow. Dishes it right back to Thomas. Thought about a three. Instead snaps to Lewis. Cuts to his left. Defended by the sliding feet of Logan Woods. Links up with DeRitter. Powerful drive into the lane. Got to the rim to lay it in. And Virginia strikes first. It's 2-0 Hoos.
Really great move there by Tester Ritter, keeping his dribble alive around the top and then going downhill on the right side. And then Virginia applying pressure after the made basket.
Nearly 3 minutes in, Cavaliers open up a 2-0 lead. Woods steals to Pickett, head of the key, in his black shoes with white socks. Hip-high handoff to Cooper, angle left, right in front of us. Cooper back to Pickett in the near corner. One-on-one against DeRitter. Denies him on the baseline with 5 to shoot. Feeds it to the slashing Cooper, turned away by DeRitter with 2. Puts a shoulder into DeRitter, tough fadeaway, desperation jumper is short, and DeRitter plucks the rebound hip-high. Here comes UVA leading 2-0, 16:40 to go. DeRitter lost the handle. It's another turnover. TJ Birch has it. Birch gliding into the lane. Shot swiped out of bounds by Grunlow. And out of bounds off of Virginia's center. It'll stay with Wright State. And a game that Virginia leads 2-0, 16:37 to go in the first half.
Yeah, I think that basketball is really overinflated a little bit. You could just see they're having difficulty handling it. And I think as a result, you've got to adapt as a player. Get the ball into the hands of your guards. Let them advance the ball up the floor. Tester Ritter that time trying to do a little too much.
Cavaliers defending. Andre Holden takes the inbound. Free throw line extended right for the Raiders. They work it around the bend to Logan Woods. Snaps out high to Callahan, the team's top three-point shooter. Step back, long 2 on the way. It's good. Tie game, 2-all.
Good help defense by Sam Lewis that time, forcing that jumper.
Cavaliers have made substitutions. Chance Mallory into the contest. His baseline jumper is heavy, and the rebound comes out to Wright State. They dart down the floor in the hands of Holden. Leaves it for the trailing Cooper. Long 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. And Ugo Inyinso has his first touch, fresh off of the bench. He's got the rebound for the Cavaliers. Game tied at 2. Next whistle, bring a dead ball timeout. Malik Thomas, a deep 3 goes. And the Cavaliers lead 5-2.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if that was the shot I wanted, but the fact that it went down, I'll take it.
Chance Mallory glued all over Logan Woods. High-low entry knocked away by Thomas and out of bounds off of the Wahoos. And it sends us to our first timeout. Who's getting settled here? 15:38 to go, first half. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. Virginia 5, Wright State 2. It'll be Raiders basketball when we come back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. Welcome back to Philadelphia, where Virginia leads 5-2 over Wright State in the first round of the 2026 NCAA men's basketball tournament. 15:38 to go, first half. Cavaliers lead by 3. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds. Allow our stations to identify themselves across the Virginia Sports Radio Network. So just who is Wright State University? It is a school in Dayton, Ohio, founded in 1967. The enrollment is about 11,000, and it is actually named after the Wright brothers, who, of course, are from Dayton. That's why Dayton is the Dayton Flyers, that university. And Wright State is the Raiders. You know, the first fatal airplane accident ever recorded was with a Wright brother on board. He survived. The passenger did not. You have no commentary on that.
When did this happen?
A long time ago, before airplanes. That's why we bust here to Philadelphia. 15:38 to go, first half. Virginia leading 5-2. Wright State inbounding from the near corner. Logan Woods looking to get it in the black jersey and black shorts. Pops a pass out top to Michael Amarigbe. Up high to Woods. Rotates right side to Cooper. Dangerous shooter. Steps forward. Dishes to Callahan. Guarded by Jakari White. Rises for a long jumper. And it drops for 3. And we're tied at 5-all. Virginia and Wright State tied at 5. Devin Tillis seeing his first action today for the Hoos. Mallory finds Tillis, works it around left side to Lewis, knifes into the lane, double clutch, layup, good, through traffic.
Well, I'd like to see more of that from Sam Lewis. Find those gaps, get in there. He is so good. Don't settle for jump shots if you can penetrate the paint and get to the rim.
Virginia takes a 7-5 lead. Wright State with the basketball. Amari Bay launches for the 3 and connects. And the Raiders take their first lead of the game. It is 8-7 to Wright State.
Aribe.
And Chance Mallory on the other end. Dashes down the far corridor, beats his man, and gets to the cup to lay it in. Give Virginia the lead right back.
Boy, I tell you what, you've got to be able to guard that three-point line.
Cooper launches a baseline jumper, and he hits right in front of an unimpressed Ryan Odom.
Now you're seeing flow right now for both teams.
Wright State leads 10-9. They swarm Sam Lewis on the baseline. Launches the ball out top to Tillis. A shot fake from the top of the arc. Feeds Jakari White. Snaps to Onyenso. Looks to his right. Dishes to his left. They roll to Tillis on the left block. Backing down Callahan, the much smaller defender. Tillis draws a double, shovels block to Onyenso. who staples down the two-handed jam.
Hey, that's great recognition by Tillis that time, keeping his dribble alive. And then when the double team came, his ability to make the interior pass, Ugo with the finish on the other end.
Cavaliers take an 11-10 lead, 13:50 remaining first half. Cooper got into the lane and was fouled. He was grabbed from behind by Mallory. It is Chance's first foul. These teams suddenly have woken up offensively. Combined, they have made their last 7 consecutive shots.
Yeah, offensively for Wright State, they're not looking necessarily for a fast pace, but when it is there, they will try to take advantage of it. And you could see right there, Michael Cooper and his speed with the basketball got all the way up to the paint before Chance Mallory picked up the foul.
Who's leading by a point early. Wright State basketball. Callahan leans into a jumper and hits it from the top of the key. It's a 3. Callahan up to 8 points. He's got 8 of Wright State's 13. And Virginia trails 13-11. Cavaliers down by 2. Mallory going right at Cooper, stops in the lane, slings out to White, drives to his right, cuts to his left, spins back to his right, puts up the wild runner and scores high off the glass for 2. And this game's tied at 13-all.
Well, you can see sometimes you just got to keep the dribble alive and be able to make plays off the dribble. Jakari White, Devin Tillis, Sam Lewis, they're all doing that.
Almost 13 minutes left in the first half. Game tied at 13-all. Another 3 on the way for Callahan, and he hit it again. Where did he come from? He only averages 10 points per game this season. He's got 11 already. And Wright State leads 16-13. White snaps out to Tillis, tries to answer for 3. Back of the rack, no good. Long rebound knocked around and claimed off of the shoelaces of Callahan by Wright State. Got to put a hand on Callahan. Shoots 39% from 3 this season. Dallin Hall glued all over him, and Hall gets called for a reaching foul. Cavaliers desperate to stop this kid named Solomon Callahan, a redshirt sophomore from Ohio who only scored 2 points in the Horizon League championship game.
Yeah, here's the deal with Callahan. 70% of his field goal attempts come from 3. He's got to dribble, though, to shoot that basketball. But he is hunting threes, and he's capable of step backs. We've seen it so far in this game.
Holden takes the inbound for Wright State. Holden got to the rim, puts up the floater. It's an air ball, and Onyenso inhales it and is pushed in the back by Amari Bay. And that'll be a foul on Wright State, their first foul of this game. 12:24 to go first half. Wright State leading 16-13 over UVA. And the Who's making substitutions. The 5 on the floor now. White, Thomas, Lewis, Onyenso, and DeRitter.
And Amari Bay, who just picked up that foul, is going to go sit on the bench as well. He's a big fella for the interior of those guys. He is big and strong, 6'7", 225, all muscle.
Ryan Odom taps his chin to call the play. That's the offensive set. Chin. They ran this extensively in practice yesterday. Malik Thomas between the logo and the line. Dribble drive, got to the rim, had it stripped away. Goes out of bounds off of Wright State. And the reaching Kellen Pickett, the freshman from Indiana. And the Who's going to make another substitution. Jakari White comes out. Chance Mallory comes in.
So Chance going to take the ball out of bounds underneath. He only got 13 seconds on the shot clock. You got to communicate.
Chance flops it into Testa Ritter, trying to throw it back to Mallory in the corner, and the quick hands of T.J. Birch knocked it out of bounds. Got to know where Birch is when you're on the offensive end. He is 3rd most single-season steals in Wright State history.
Yeah, he'll run through the gaps. He's quick. Right there, you can see it.
Mallory takes the inbound, steps up for 3, had the shot blocked. Here comes Andre Holden to the rim. Missed the layup, but a foul. Foul going on Virginia and Sam Lewis, who is pursuing to contest the shot, and that sends us to a timeout. There are no easy games in the NCAA tournament. Yet another exhibit right here in Philadelphia. 11:57 to go in the first half. Wright State leading 16-13 over Virginia, and the Raiders shooting free throws when we come back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey there, Virginia foodies. Let's talk about Sticks Kebab Shop, where flavor meets freshness in every bite. Sticks is a Virginia favorite. Our flame-grilled kebabs are not only delicious, but also healthy, offering something for everyone in the family to get fired up about. Order ahead using the Sticks app. Meeting a group at the office? Catering is easy. Order online at stickskebabshop.com, and your event is a flavor-packed success. Swing by Sticks today for a mouth-watering experience you won't soon forget. 2 locations, Charlottesville and Richmond on Willow Lawn Drive.
Hey, this is Becca, owner of your local Domino's Pizza. Looking for a new opportunity? Join our team. We offer top industry pay plus an outstanding benefits package with health, dental, paid time off, and 401k with company match. For our management team, we also provide company-paid life insurance and short-term disability plans, including paid maternity leave. Come and see the difference working for a locally owned company can make. Apply online at jobs.domino's.com. Domino's is an equal opportunity employer.
You don't succeed in life by standing still. People in motion get things done. A proud supporter of UVA athletics, Hildrup is a 27-time honoree of United Van Line's Customer Choice Award. Whether it's moving to a new home or office, optimizing your logistics, or managing your workplace, trust Hildrup to set your plans in motion. Schedule your free appointment online at HILLDRUP.com or call 1-800-476-6683. Hildrup, a world in motion.
Trailing early here in the first round of the NCAA tournament. 11:57 remaining in the first half. Wright State leading 16-13 over Virginia. Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo, the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Download the Club Citgo app today. All right, Jimmy, what do you make of this first stanza from Virginia? 11:57 remaining in the first half. This does not look like the Virginia that we know. The Hoos have turned the ball over 4 times, and they have also collected 4 team fouls. What's going on with the Cavaliers?
Yeah, listen, you got to, first and foremost, one of our keys to this game coming in was the ability to take care of the basketball. That's really important. But also, Solomon Callahan for Wright State. I mean, he is just on fire. He's got 11 points. He's shooting a high percentage. His ability to be able to shoot the threes, hunting it. And so Virginia's got to get out there and continue to make those shots contested and then just settle in on the offensive end. Continue to penetrate. If they keep their dribble alive, you can see they're getting some points in the paint. Virginia has 8 points so far. A large part of that is because that Wright State defense is stretched, guarding the perimeter. If you keep your dribble alive and make a play, you can get to the rim.
Out of the timeout, Wright State has 2 free throws. Andrea Holden steps forward and splashes home the first. Holden, the sophomore from Hamilton, Ohio. Most known as a shot blocker. Blocks a shot on average every 10 minutes he's on the floor. Second free throw is airborne. It is no good. And Testa Ritter has the rebound for UVA. Here we go. Under 12 minutes to go, first half. Virginia trailing 17-13 to Wright State. Chance Mallory, fluorescent shoes. Pass the rock over to Malik Thomas. Back to Mallory. Slides to his right. Guarded by Birch. Dumps it to DeRitter. Had the ball knocked out of his hands. That is a foul. Logan Woods got DeRitter across the wrist for the second team foul on the Raiders.
So, John, Virginia needs to do that more. And what I mean by that is get the ball inside to the post and then let him kick it back out. If he can take a one-on-one, go ahead.
Cavaliers get it into Mallory. Snaps to Thomas. They hound him and swarm him. Thomas, top of the arc. Cuts to his right. Spins. Thomas fouled again. He is pushed. And the foul going against. See, he might have gone against Logan Woods. Yeah, it's his second here on this same possession. And he's going to come to the sideline, and look who's coming back in. Solomon Callahan, the flamethrower for Wright State. Long possession here for the Hoos. They get it in again to Thomas. At the midcourt logo on the blue paint of it. Dispatches to Lewis. Elbow left. Free throw line jumper. No good. Rebound to Wright State in a crowd. Kellen Pickett. Here come the Raiders in the black jerseys and black shorts. Birch stutters to his right, cuts to his left, spins again, got to the rim, missed the layup. Rebound pops back to Birch, turns around and scores. And Sam Lewis is down. Sam Lewis is down for Virginia in pain on his back directly in front of the Cavalier cheerleaders, and he needs medical attention. And Ethan Saliba over to provide it. And I can't tell what is injured with Sam. Is it his wrist? Is it his thumb? Is it his elbow?
Yeah, it looks like it has something to do with that right arm, maybe up in his elbow area. I see Ethan trying to see if he can squeeze it, but he is definitely dazed, and I
think it's his, well, Sam Lewis in a lot of pain. He seems pretty stunned as he now walks to the bench, being tended to by Ethan Saliba. And Sam is hanging his head, distraught, as Ethan Saliba continues to work on his sleeved right arm. I still can't tell if it's elbow or wrist, but nevertheless, Sam Lewis is in a lot of pain.
Well, that's a big blow for Virginia. But coming in off the bench now, Jakari White, you could see he's trying to get everybody fired up. He went over and was slapping hands with his teammates. Let's go. Let's get this going.
So 10:55 to go, first half. Virginia trailing 19-13. Mallory got to the rim. Shot blocked from behind. Grunlow's got it back, and he flips it up and in with the right hand. That taped right hand of his. He's able to score 4-2 on the other end. Holden going right to the rim. His pass out front goes to Pangonis. Back to Holden. Corner three. No good. Long rebound corralled by Virginia and Jakari White. Cavaliers trailing by 4. Who's in transition? The effervescent White. Snaps a pass to Thomas. In rhythm three. No good, and over the backboard. And that will give the ball back to Wright State as Sam Lewis able to get some movement in his arm. Dr. McKnight also over to tend to Sam Lewis. 19-15, Virginia down by 4, 10:27 to go in a nervy first half here from Philadelphia. Jimmy, you can just feel the tension building.
Yeah, and as this game goes on.
Here comes Wright State. They throw out high to Pangonis. High arcing three, back of the iron, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Wright State. Collected on the sideline by Ryan Odom.
Good box out that time by Virginia. That is really important because there are a lot of bodies for Wright State when those shots go up in the paint.
Dallin Hall back in for UVA as they attack the hoop to our right. Penetrates into the paint, feeds Jakari White. No hesitation, three. Back of the rack, no good. Soaring rebound for Malik Thomas. He steps back for three. Good! Malik made it all himself, got the offensive rebound, and then stuck the triple right in front of the Wright State bench.
Boy, no hesitation right there. Just stepping right back and knocking it down. That was a big basket for Virginia at this stage of the game.
Cavaliers trail by a point. It is 19-18 in favor of Wright State, representatives of the Horizon League. They give it to the left block to Pangonis. Backing down, Thomas kills his bounce in the lane. Puts up an off-balance leaner. It's all glass. And Virginia has a long rebound with White. Storms into a crowd. White attacks the rim. Leaves it for the trailing Thomas. Gallops to the cup. Missed the shot. Loose ball. And it's out of bounds off of Wright State. And Malik Thomas can't believe that there was no whistle. And neither can the Virginia fans.
I'll tell you what.
The fans are reacting because they just showed a game in front of us, Kentucky and Santa Clara. And Kentucky might have just won on the last second three, or at least tied it. Welcome to March Madness.
Listen to this crowd. It sounds like a sports book in Las Vegas.
What do you know about those?
Hey, Grunlow hurt his wrist.
Oh, no.
He just went out. He's holding that wrist that he had hurt earlier.
Cavaliers get the inbound into Jakari White, and he sinks the three. It's madness in Philadelphia now.
Listen to that crowd.
Virginia leads 21-19, and all the Virginia fans standing up and applauding. They want to stop here. TJ Birch into the lane, had the ball stripped away. Birch gets it back on the baseline, leaves it for Amari Bay. High arcing three to answer, and he connects.
And he is their second leading scorer. He loves to score inside, but demonstrating the ability to stretch it.
Who's trailed by a point. Malik Thomas's triple is offline. Amari Bay has the rebound on the left block for the Raiders. Johan Grunlow does look okay on the bench. He is flexing his hand, but doesn't seem too bothered. As Sam Lewis still in distress, being worked on by Ethan Saliba. Wright State with a basketball between the rings. It is Birch. Hurries to his right, slithers into the lane, feeds Pickett, dribble drive from the far corner, denied by DeRitter with 8 to shoot. Pops the rock back out front to Cooper. Cooper going at DeRitter, behind the back dribble with 3, steps back for a tough corner triple. In and out, no good, and the rebound snared by Virginia's Dallin Hall.
Good defense.
Hall gulping in air as he moves his team down the floor. They toss it to Thomas in the corner, back to White at the front of the key. Ladles to DeRitter, catch and shoot triple. Back iron, no good. Long rebound, offensive rebound for Malik Thomas. Acquires the screen, drives, got to the rim, layup good! 8 points already for Malik Thomas, and Virginia takes the lead back.
Really good screen there by Ugo that time, taking his man up the lane and then pinning him. No help.
Wright State with the basketball, Virginia with a 1-point lead. Amari Bay challenging Onyenso, who turns him away. Dishes to Cooper, distributes right side to Birch. Denied on his drive by Hall. Birch free throw line extended far side, throws to Amari Bay, goes by Onyenso, and lays it in for 2 as he got Virginia's 7-footer lifted.
Yeah, he can't. Coach Odom was telling him, go out there, just hold your hand up, don't get lifted.
Wright State takes the lead back. Onyenso lines up a 3. It's heavy. Rebound being scrapped for underneath, and it's vacuumed in by Callahan of Wright State. As the Raiders have the 1-point lead with 7:05 remaining. Here in the first half, Cooper, floater up in the lane, missed it short. Onyenso spears the rebound with an outstretched hand. And here comes Virginia in the white shirts and white shorts. And Birch gets called for a foul for reaching in on Jakari Whites.
Well, you could see right there his ability, Birch, with the quick hands, on-ball defender deflections. You could see why he's Defensive Player of the Year in his league.
He's got those Reese Beekman lightning hands as we head to break. 6:58 to go, first half. Wright State leading 24-23 over Virginia. Cavaliers on the basketball. We come back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. Back in Philly, where Virginia trails Wright State 24-23, 6:58 to go in the first half. And a game brought to you by Domino's. Your locally owned Domino's is a proud sponsor of Virginia athletics for over 25 years. Domino's is proud to support Virginia basketball in our local community. Domino's, free kindness with every order. Here in Philly, they got this huge video board, and they're actually showing the Santa Clara, Kentucky game above us. And right now, Kentucky with a 1-point lead over Santa Clara in overtime after a wild flurry to finish regulation, which Kentucky made a near half-court shot to tie the game and send it to overtime. The arena is heavily polling for Santa Clara. The reason being is there's a lot of Tennessee fans who are here, and they do not like Kentucky as they play in the same conference and have a rivalry. And Tennessee will face Miami of Ohio next here on this very floor for the privilege to play the winner of this game. And right now, Jimmy, you look at how teams pull upsets. And historically, it's been when a team like a 14 or a 13 they've got a guy that just gets hot, and he's tough to stop. And right now it is Solomon Callahan, who has 11 points for Wright State on 3 of 4 shooting from behind the arc. Meanwhile, Virginia, not a great shooting day. 42% from the field, 3 of 11 from 3. 4 turnovers as well for the Hoos.
And that's the difference in this game, is shooting from behind the line. And in these tournaments, if you've got somebody that can knock it down from behind the line, you can advance and pull upsets.
Cavaliers with the basketball out of the timeout. Malik Thomas throws to Onyenso, stirs it left side to Jakari White. Rise and fire for 3, and he's got it from the left wing to give the Hoos a 26-24 lead.
Boy, that looked like a set play coming out of that timeout. Well executed by Virginia. Jakari White right there.
By the way, Sam Lewis is back on the bench. It looks like he will be ready to get back into this game in a moment as Birch spins in the lane. Shot rejected by Onyenso. It falls, though, to Wright State. Clock did not reset. It's down to 10. Amari Bay throws to Holden in front of the standing coach, Ryan Odom. Holden gives it to Amari Bay, launches a 3, missed it short. Long rebound to Amari Bay. He's in trouble, throws it back into play, and connects with Birch, his point guard. Birch going right at Mallory. Birch attacks the rim, floaters up, and it rolls home. That's a nice play from T.J. Birch. Stands just 6 feet tall and got the shot in over Onyenso. On the other end, Malik Thomas had it stripped away. Goes out of bounds off of Thomas. And it'll be Wright State basketball, and the officials conference for a moment, but do not change the call. 6:02 to go first half. Virginia and Wright State tied at 26.
Yeah, T.J. Birch on the other end for Wright State. He's averaging 14 points a game coming in there. And you can see why, his ability to get in the paint. He's heard a chance, Mallory, and he's like, okay, let me bring my A game.
Great news. Sam Lewis back in the game for UVA. He's got the long sleeves on. I can just see the faint outline of a brace on his right elbow. Wright State with the basketball in a tie game with 5:45 to go. Cooper snaps to Amari Bay. Thought about a pass inside. Instead puts it on the deck 3 times. Terminates the dribble. Dishes to Callahan with 4 to shoot. Callahan on the baseline to Amari Bay. A 3 on the way. It's no good off the left side of the iron. Sam Lewis bobbled the rebound. Wright State comes up with it. They find Callahan. His 3-pointer is heavy. And the Hoos snatch the board with Devin Tillis.
Yeah, that was really good team defense that time.
Tillis rotates right side to Lewis. 5:15 to go first half. Game tied at 26. Onyenso comes and collects the possession. Sweeps the ball low. Picks up the dribble. Feeds Mallory. Wing left. Mallory being grabbed by Birch. Finds Lewis. Stutter steps. Cuts the pass to his right to White. Rolls to the near block to Devin Tillis. Backing down the much smaller 6'2" Callahan, who goes to the ground. And then Tillis misses the easy layup from underneath, uncontested. Rebound to Wright State.
Sometimes when the chair gets pulled out from under you, you're so wide open.
On the other end, Birch jacks a 3. Banked it in.
Well, that was like Carson Edwards. Oh, my God.
Oh, don't you dare bring that name up. Virginia trailing 29-26. Mallory on the other end. Into the paint. Slashes. Gives it to White. White jacks the 3. He's got it.
I tell you what, Jakari White can just start doing that. There was a little miscommunication at the time because Mallory was right over there in the same spot.
Game tied at 29. Wright State with the basketball. Amari Bay is wide open. Flicks the wrist. 3-pointer goes. Where is Virginia's defense? He had the whole right side to himself.
Yeah, that was Ugo that time. Got lost. Stayed with the basketball. A nice skip pass because they had good spacing.
That is the 6th 3-pointer today for Wright State, who leads by 3, and they got a steal. Cooper on the other end. Layup good. Raiders lead by 5. And Virginia desperate to get some substitutions in. They got 3 players waiting to get in. Wright State turns up the pressure on defense. Next whistle will bring a dead ball timeouts. Virginia trailing by 5. Mallory slides a pass to Onyenso, kicks to Tillis. Catch and shoot, corner 3. It's good!
Well, that was a good rhythm shot right there. Dribble penetration and then the kick out.
And Ryan Odom calls a timeout. It's going to be a battle. 3:22 to go first half. Wright State leading 34-32. We're well past the 5:29 mark of the first half. Still the perfect time to remind families of Invest 529. If you have a future Cavalier, Invest 529 can help you save for their future college expenses. Learn more at invest529.com. 3:22 to go, first half. Virginia trailing 34-32 to Wright State, opening round of the NCAA tournament. Wright State will have the basketball when we come back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network.
Every Who's fan knows UVA speaks hoops. And if you're a pork fan, your taste buds know that Smithfield Speaks Pork. As a proud sponsor of UVA basketball, Smithfield knows how to craft quality, flavor-packed pork that's perfect for game day. From pregame feast to halftime bites. No matter if your language is smoky, sweet, spicy, or all of the above. Whether it's their ready-to-eat anytime favorites ham, flavor-packed marinated tenderloins, or a smoky classic like their hometown original bacon, Smithfield Pork speaks for itself. Smithfield, we speak pork.
Davenport & Company, LLC, an employee-owned independent firm, has been serving generations of clients for more than 160 years. At Davenport, we know there is more to our business than providing exceptional financial advisory and wealth management services. It's about building meaningful relationships with each and every client. We can help you plan for retirement, save for education, or even ensure that you have a financial plan in place. Contact us today at 804-780-2000 or visit our website at investdavenport.com. Member NYSE, FINRA, SIPC.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie. Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas. I will. Hey, make it a large. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
You don't succeed in life by standing still. People in motion get things done. A proud supporter of UVA athletics, Hildrup is a 27-time honoree of United Van Lines Customer Choice Award. Whether it's moving to a new home or office, optimizing your logistics, or managing your workplace, trust Hildrup to set your plans in motion. Schedule your free appointment online at HILLDRUP.com or call 1-800-476-6683. Hildrup, a world in motion.
Philadelphia, 3:22 remaining in the first half. Virginia trailing Wright State 34-32. Hey, Jimmy Miller, what do you call a group of friends who support their team through the thick and thin, week after week? Is it the very season dependent on it, all while drinking Miller Lite? What do you call it?
Miller time.
That's right. All season long, drink responsibly. Xfinity Mobile Center here in South Philadelphia, packed. Over 20,000 seats, and the only ones that aren't full right now are behind the Wright State bench, and that's because that's where the Tennessee fans have their allotment, and they will soon fill those in as Tennessee faces Miami of Ohio next. I'd say about 80% of the fans in this arena are suddenly Raider fans as they want to see the upset. And right now, Wright State giving Virginia everything it can handle and more. Raiders have the basketball. Raiders have a 2-point lead, attacking the hoop to our left. Pickett bounces to the left block to Michael Cooper. Slides his way into the lane. Line drive hook is good from 10 feet out.
Well, he just initiated the contact, froze Sam Lewis on the blocks, and then went straight up quickly.
Virginia
shot off.
Virginia trailing by 4. Johan Grunlow back in the game with that heavily taped right wrist. Links up with Sam Lewis, 30 feet north of the nylon. Lewis steps into a contested 3 and hits it. We were worried we might not see him again in this game as he went down with an elbow injury. Elbow looked pretty darn good right there. He brings Virginia within 1.
Look good right there. And Virginia's starting to heat up from behind the line. That's why this game is so close.
1-point Virginia deficit. Wright State operating at the midcourt logo and the blue and black paint of it. Cooper, 20 feet from the bucket, backing down Lewis. Takes him to the left block. Picks up the bounce. Lewis pawing away at him. They give it back to Cooper with 6. Cooper angle left with 4. Cooper steps into a desperation 3. It's an air ball. It goes out of bounds. Grasped by Cavman, the mascot, behind the hoop. And Virginia's going to get it back. But first, a timeout. 2:10 to go first half. Wright State leading 36-35.
That was really good defense by Sam Lewis there on the ball. On-ball defense, did not get lifted. He's bigger, and he ends up making it a very difficult shot attempt. Out of bounds. Virginia basketball going the other way.
Did I miss a timeout here, partner? Or they just add an extra one in the NCAA tournament. It is a full timeout. 2:10 to go first half. Wright State leading 36-35 over Virginia. If you think games go long, well, that's because the NCAA adds an extreme amount of time to every timeout. So typically a timeout in a regular season game will last somewhere around 2:10 to 2:20. Here in the tournament, most of them stretch over 3 minutes, and then half times are actually 5 minutes longer in the NCAA tournament. So
a lot of ad space is what it sounds like to me.
Well, it's $1 billion tournament. CBS got to make the money back.
That's right.
It's an interesting setup, just the way everything is with March Madness. It's very corporate. So, for example, we are not allowed to bring water bottles out here. We actually have to put water in cups that are labeled body armor. If I pull my trusty Nalgene water bottle out, somebody's going to come over and tap me on the shoulder and say, that's got to go.
First time is a tap. The second time you're out of here.
And then you're doing the game. And just little things with this tournament, how structured everything is with when you can be on the floor, when you can't. So, for example, we set up our broadcast position here early this morning. Micah Haynes was the first in the door here. And then we actually had to leave the floor space for 30 minutes because UConn was coming in, having their shoot-around. UConn plays later tonight.
So you're right. We had to actually talk our way. I mean, we got into the building, got down to the floor, but then there's one more gatekeeper who prevented us from actually coming out onto the floor because media was not to be able. We're not media. We're with the Virginia.
It's very rigid,
right? So it was a lot of black and white, not a lot of gray area.
And then, if you're listening, hopefully you're listening through one of our great affiliates on the Virginia Sports Radio Network, or potentially you're listening on a different stream than you normally listen on. So not on the Virginia Sports app, but on the Varsity Network app that is required by the NCAA. We actually have to cut a check to the NCAA for every tournament game that we broadcast, which we don't have to do in the regular season. Those are all the quirks of the tournament. And the interesting thing is, too, Virginia, one of the higher-seeded teams here in Philadelphia, they got what is supposed to be the second nicest hotel. It's under renovation, booked by the NCAA.
No restaurants.
No restaurants.
It's a big deal for me.
And 30 minutes away from here. Cavaliers with the basketball, attacking the hoop to our right, under 2 minutes to go. Grunlow holds the ball over his head, finds Sam Lewis, makes the catch and grimaces, lobs it underneath to Tester Ritter, elevates and gets fouled.
That's what I like to see.
Going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's a good play design right there by Virginia. That ball movement, the screen, off ball, away, and then DeRitter rolling to the rim. That's open. Virginia's got to look to be able to expose that and get it inside.
Did you see that little grimace from Sam Lewis, though? He threw that overhand pass as DeRitter puts up the free throw and ties the game. So Lewis went out with that elbow injury earlier in this half, came back after having Ethan Saliba work on it. He looked okay on the jumper, but that's more of a wrist action. Throwing that overhand pass where you extend your triceps and use your elbow, he grimaced in pain. He stays on the floor. Tough kid from Chicago.
Yeah, if you can, not to look ahead, right? He might have the opportunity to go back home.
That's right. That's where the Sweet 16 is. That's a long way off as DeRitter misses the second free throw, and we remain tied at 36 points apiece with 1:45 remaining in the first half. Michael Cooper dribbling between the logo and the line, finds Pangonis, who is scoreless today on 3 field goal attempts. Links up with Callahan, steps back for a tough 3. It goes again. This kid can't miss his 4th triple of the first half.
Man, sometimes you just feel it. And you're right there. You got a hand up.
Cavaliers trail by 3. Lewis takes the shovel handoff from DeRitter. Lewis on the wing near sideline. Picks up the bounce. Looking inside for DeRitter and gives it to the Belgian. DeRitter spins to the cup. Got to the rim. Lays it in for 2, beating Pangonis on the spin.
That was a great move that time. When he felt the pressure on his right shoulder, he immediately spun to the baseline.
Chess up to 5 points. Callahan operating free throw line extended right. Drives into the grill of Thomas. Flicks up the runner and missed it off the side of the iron, but a foul. And Thomas disturbed by the call.
Yeah.
That's his first foul.
You know, if you're Wright State, right, you would make the ball and the play go through him every time, every possession down the floor. He's got to touch it.
Callahan, first free throw, perfect. He is a 92% free throw shooter. That is one of the top in the nation.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore. He is crafty. He obviously can shoot it from deep, but you can see he can get into the paint as well off the dribble.
When he gets to the line, it's almost automatic. His second free throw is good. Wright State leads 41-38. 52 seconds to go in the half. Shot clock at 25, game clock at 47. Thomas darts into the lane. Wild runner is off the side of the rim, no good. Amari Bay has the board for the Horizon League champions. Birch dashes to the rim. His floater is good. Rattled home for two. Timeout, Wright State. Virginia trails by 5 with 35 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, I tell you what, just a minute ago, it was a tie game, and Wright State put the ball into the hands of their playmakers, guys that can do something with the basketball, and rattled off a couple quick points. I think that was a set play by Virginia with the clear out when Ugo came to the top, and Malik tried to beat his man off the dribble, but was unable to finish. And that was quick in the shot clock, John. So what happens when that doesn't go in? Boom, that gives Wright State the opportunity to come back down. And they were able to execute this time.
Gosh, the ACC has had a tough run of it in this tournament. The top seed Duke pushed to the brink by Siena yesterday. SMU's gotten bounced. North Carolina gave up a 19-point lead yesterday and lost to VCU. Louisville almost blew a big lead, finally dispatching South Florida. Cavaliers of the basketball out of the timeout, attacking a hoop to our right. 43-38, Wright State with the lead. 26 seconds to go on the game clock. Shot clock down to 18. Chance Mallory dribbling on the perimeter, hounded by T.J. Birch. One of the top defenders in mid-major basketball. Mallory being pawed at by Birch. Mallory at the top of the arc. Great separation. Spins, had it stripped away. Wright State's got it with Callahan in 7. Callahan with 6 against White. Feeds Pangonis. Jacks the 3. Front iron no good. Rebound Jakari White. Full court heave is wide right. And that'll do it for the first half.
Well, not a strong finish. The last 2 minutes, John, for Virginia. A couple of ill-advised shots and some turnovers. And Wright State has a lot of confidence going into halftime.
Pressure is on in Philadelphia. Cavaliers trail 43-38 at halftime. Who's looking for their first NCAA tournament win since they hoisted the national championship trophy in Minneapolis? Going to have to come back and erase a second-half deficit when they'll get the ball back in play here at the Xfinity Center in Philadelphia. Who's down by 5? We'll step aside, and Jay James will have our UVA Orthopedics halftime report brought to you by UVA Orthopedics. From common injuries to complex surgeries, our world-class experts can get you and your family back in the game. Learn more at uvahealth.com/ortho. Who's down by 5? We'll be right back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network.
Stick around. The UVA Orthopedics halftime report is straight ahead on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. Cavalier basketball is presented all season long by UVA Orthopedics. From common injuries to complex surgery, our world-class experts can get you and your family back in the game. Learn more at uvahealth.com/ortho. State Farm. The State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you create an affordable price just for you. UVA Health. Driven to bring hope to life. uvahealth.com/driven.
Davenport & Company, LLC, an employee-owned independent firm, has been serving generations of clients for more than 160 years. At Davenport, we know there is more to our business than providing exceptional financial advisory and wealth management services. It's about building meaningful relationships with each and every client. We can help you plan for retirement, save for education, or even ensure that you have a financial plan in place. Contact us today at 804-780-2000 or visit our website at investdavenport.com. Member NYSE, FINRA, SIPC.
Down many ways, streets, and lanes all across America, you'll find Valero. At your go-to gas station, volunteering with local charities, fueling communities 365 days a year, and generally being a good neighbor. So whether you're in Texas, Louisiana, or Tennessee, or right here in Virginia, you can always depend on us getting you where you need to be, in life or on the road, right now.
You don't succeed in life by standing still. People in motion get things done. A proud supporter of UVA athletics, Hildrup is a 27-time honoree of United Van Line's Customer Choice Award. Whether it's moving to a new home or office, optimizing your logistics, or managing your workplace, trust Hildrup to set your plans in motion. Schedule your free appointment online at HILLDRUP.com or call 1-800-476-6683. Hildrup, a world in motion.
This is the UVA Orthopedics Halftime Report on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. We'll be back with the Davenport & Company Scoreboard Report. You're listening to Cavalier Basketball on your home of the Who's, the Virginia Sports Radio Network. Welcome to the UVA Orthopedics Halftime Show.
Lines up a three. He's got it! And Virginia takes the lead!
Cavalier Basketball is presented all season long by UVA Orthopedics. From common injuries to complex surgery, our world-class experts can get you and your family back in the game. Learn more at uvahealth.com/ortho. State Farm. The State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you create an affordable price just for you. UVA Health. Driven to bring hope to life. uvahealth.com/driven.
Halftime here on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. It is tournament time, and the madness has begun. Jay James in our Virginia Sports Radio Network studios. If you're just joining us, Virginia is in a fight with Wright State, the 14th seed in the Midwest region, as the Cavaliers at the half trail by 5, 43-38. Here on the UVA Orthopedics Halftime Report. From common injuries to complex surgery, our world-class experts can get you and your family back in the game. Learn more at uvahealth.com/ortho. And yep, Virginia trailing by 5 here on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. Let's check other action that is currently ongoing in the men's basketball NCAA tournament here on a Friday afternoon. It's the Davenport and Company scoreboard report. Arizona, the top seed in the West. No problem with Long Island University right now. They lead at 53-29 at the half. Elsewhere, in Virginia's Midwest region, the 5 seed, Texas Tech, leading Akron 91-70 as that game is about to end. Later on today at 3 o'clock, it'll be the 2nd seed in the Midwest, Iowa State and Tennessee State, the 15. Alabama and Hofstra, the 4 and 13 seeds, respectively. That is all Midwest action, which is Virginia's region. Back out to the West in the 8-9 game, it'll be the Villanova Wildcats and Utah State at 4:10. And after this conclusion of this game at about 4:25 this afternoon, 6th seeded Tennessee out of the SEC and the Red Hawks of the University of Miami at Ohio, who defeated SMU 89-79 in the first 4. And now they'll get the Tennessee Volunteers, and the winner of that game will, of course, face the winner of Virginia and Wright State. Travis Steele is the head coach of the Red Hawks.
You know, number one, really appreciated all the Miami fans showing out tonight. In a lot of ways, it was a home game for us. You know, it's such a unique opportunity to come watch an NCAA tournament game. We're only 50 minutes away from campus, so very, very appreciative of that. But again, listen, we have great players. And I've been saying this the whole year, but we have better human beings. Our guys play for one another. They play the right way. I think we finished with 20 assists, 4 turnovers on the game. My goal is to get up at least 40 threes. Shot 41 threes.
Yep, 16 of 41 from 3 for the Red Hawks. They can play taking on an ACC team in SMU. Speaking of other ACC action, it'll be 8-9 matchup. Clemson, the 8th seed in the South, against Iowa, the 9th seed. That's at 6:50 this evening. Rick Pitino's St. John's Red Storm. They're the 5 seed in the East. They'll take on Northern Iowa at 7:10 tonight as well. Yesterday's action was a little weird. Duke, the number 1 overall seed, survived 16th seeded Siena, and they trailed by double digits just into the second half, 13. Michigan, no problem with Howard, 101-80. Michigan is, of course, the top seed in the Midwest. 2nd seeded Houston in the South, no problem with Idaho, 78-47. As we conclude the Davenport and Company scoreboard report, we give a shout out to the Cavalier women's basketball team who had a gritty win yesterday, 57-55 in the first 4 over Arizona State to earn a matchup with the University of Georgia, the alma mater of UVA Athletics Director Carla Williams, by the way. She played ball at Georgia. But Virginia advances 57-55 behind 16 points from Kamora Johnson. Head coach Amaka Gugwa-Hamilton on the matchup with the SEC Dogs.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia's a physical team, too. They're a defensive team. That's what their coach is known for, Coach Abe. I've known her a long time, have tremendous respect for her and everything she does. And it's going to be another physical game. You know, it's going to be another game where we have to be able to run our stuff and, you know, set and use screens, execute out of timeouts, things like that, which today we were kind of thrown off. So we'll get better, and we'll continue to get better, but we live to fight another day. We're blessed for that opportunity. And now it's about recovering from this game, resting, and getting back to it tomorrow.
Survive and advance. That's what the fellows are trying to do. But the Virginia men's team trails by 5 here at the half, 43-38 to Wright State. Also, Virginia baseball in action this afternoon. It'll be a 6 p.m. first pitch from Davenport Field at Disharum Park. Coverage starts at 5:45 locally on News Radio 98.9 and AM 1070 WINA and streaming on the Virginia Sports app and CBellRightNow.com. That's the Davenport and Company scoreboard report. Davenport and Company, LLC, an independent employee-owned financial services firm offering sound investment advice for more than 160 years. No, it is not a typo. The 14th seeded Wright State Raiders lead the Virginia Cavaliers 43-38. As we continue on our UVA Orthopedics halftime report, we've got more coming up after this.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
You don't succeed in life by standing still. People in motion get things done. A proud supporter of UVA athletics, Hildreth is a 27-time honoree of United Van Lines Customer Choice Award. Whether it's moving to a new home or office, optimizing your logistics, or managing your workplace, trust Hildreth to set your plans in motion. Schedule your free appointment online at HILLDRUP.com or call 1-800-476-6683. Hildreth, a world in motion.
Back with more stats and insights straight ahead. This is the UVA Orthopedics Halftime Report on the Virginia Sports Radio Network.
Back here on the Virginia Sports Radio Network, Jay James in our Virginia Sports Radio Network studios at the Charlottesville Media Group in downtown Charlottesville. Cavaliers at the half trailing Wright State, the 14th seed in the Midwest region. It's 43-38. We'll get back out to John Freeman and Jimmy Miller in Philly here in short order. But first, let's take a look back at the action in the first half. Virginia started off with some early turnovers, a little bit of nervousness, as you might imagine, because, as we talked about before, Virginia has a number of really experienced players, but outside of Dallin Hall, not a ton of NCAA tournament experience. And the hope for Cavalier fans is that as they settle into this ball game, they can start to get into a better rhythm as we get into the second half. Now, earlier in the first half, though, in terms of Virginia, Malik Thomas was definitely contributing early in terms of offensive rebounding and making sure to get to the glass as well as shooting the ball from the perimeter.
Long rebound, offensive rebound for Malik Thomas. Acquires the screen, drives, got to the rim, layup good. 8 points already for Malik Thomas, and Virginia takes the lead back.
Yep, it was a back and forth first half, and one thing that's a good side for Virginia is when you can get the Jakari White going in the game, and he definitely was dialed in at times from three, as Virginia will need more of this in the second half.
Virginia trailing 29-26. Mallory on the other end, into the paint, slashes, gives it to White. White jacks the three. He's got it.
I tell you what, Jakari White could just start doing that. There was a little miscommunication at times because Mallory was right over there in the same spot.
Yep, well said by Jimmy Miller. They'll need more of that in the second half. There was a time when Sam Lewis left the game what seemed to be an apparent right arm injury, but then he returned to the game in the latter part of the second half, which is a relief for the University of Virginia, because they'll certainly need his contribution as well as everybody on the perimeter, and that's for sure. But more of this, please, from Sam Lewis in the second half.
It's up with Sam Lewis, 30 feet north of the nylon. Lewis steps into a contested three and hits it.
Yes, indeed. So Virginia, it's all hands on deck. They trail by a count of 43-38. When we come back, we'll get a look at the first half stats and really get Jimmy Miller's analysis on what Virginia's going to need to do to get back. It's not that they're out of the ball game, but again, if you're a Cavalier fan, you get a little nervous when you see Virginia trailing early. But just keep in mind, in the first round of the tournament, these are the Horizon League champions. Everybody can play, as the coaches will tell you. And just ask Duke, surviving 71-65 against Siena, or ask North Carolina, who lost to the 11th-seeded VCU Rams yesterday. Louisville did survive, and one other score we didn't get to before we took the break, 7th-seeded Kentucky in the Midwest, Virginia's region again. They just escaped Santa Clara, the 10th seed, 89-84. So a highly competitive region that Virginia is in. The second half is straight ahead. You're following Cavalier men's basketball on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. John Freeman and Jimmy Miller coming up.
This has been the UVA Orthopedics Halftime Show. UVA Orthopedics. From common injuries to complex surgery, our world-class experts can get you and your family back to the game. Learn more at uvahealthorthopedics.com.
Who's here? Come on! Talk it out and figure it out! Get ahead! Hey, fly around!
You're listening to Cavalier Basketball on your home of the Who's, the Virginia Sports Radio Network.
Virginia hustles the other way. Into the corner. Wide open three. It's good!
Cavalier Basketball is presented all season long by UVA Orthopedics. From common injuries to complex surgery, our world-class experts can get you and your family back in the game. Learn more at uvahealth.com/ortho. State Farm. The State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you create an affordable price just for you. UVA Health. Driven to bring hope to life. uvahealth.com/driven.
Good! Go! Good! Bang it!
Now let's go courtside to the broadcast crew.
Cavaliers with work to do here in Philadelphia. It is still halftime here in the opening round of the NCAA tournament 2026 edition, and the Who's trail the 14th-seeded Wright State Raiders. It is Raiders 43, Cavaliers 35. So a 5-point deficit for Virginia at halftime. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Citgo first half stats. Here's a club you want to get into, Club Citgo, the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Download the Club Citgo app today. Virginia shot 48% in that first half, 7 of 15 for 47% from behind the arc. So you're probably like, wait, with shooting like that, how are they behind? Well, 7 turnovers for Virginia, just 1 turnover for Wright State. Cavaliers won the rebounding battle 21-15. Who's were led in points by Jakari White off of the bench with 11, Malik Thomas with 8. 5 apiece from Tester Ritter and Sam Lewis. 3 from Devin Tillis, and then 2 apiece from Chance Mallory, Ugo Anyinso, and Johan Grunlow, playing but not scoring, Dallin Hall. Wright State on the other end, they got the majority of their points from Solomon Callahan. 16 points for Callahan on 4 of 6 shooting from behind the arc. Wright State is currently on pace to score 86 points in this game, so they are on pace to go above 80. How about this? This season, they are 16-0 when they score 80 or more points in a game. Jimmy, looking at you, partner, Cavaliers, they're in this. I wouldn't say to get back in it, but to win this game, they've got to step it up defensively. 43 points allowed against the mid-major here in the opening round.
And a large part of that was Solomon Callahan, as you said, 16 points, 4 of 6 from behind the line. So they've got to defend. That's number one. But number two, take care of the basketball. 7 turnovers in that first half. And the difference, if you're Wright State in the locker room, guys, we only had 1 turnover. So that's, in essence, 6 more possessions that they had, and they've got a 5-point lead. So it's all about taking care of the basketball and then getting stops defensively. and let your offense take care of itself. They did shoot the ball well, keep it moving, but it starts with getting a stop.
This is the 35th game of the season for the Hoos. It is just the 7th time they have trailed at halftime. Here we go. Wright State and Virginia back out on the floor. Wright State in the black shirts and black shorts. White numerals underneath the Wright State logo on their chest. Virginia white shirts and white shorts, orange trim. Virginia written arched over their orange numerals in orange. 20 more minutes up onto the clock. Cavaliers down by 5. Both teams out on the floor. Play being held up by television, which is late arriving coming out of the break. Here we go. A packed arena here in Philadelphia. I do not see many empty seats. And there were over 20,000 of them to be filled. Wright State with the basketball to start the second half. Attacking the hoop to the right. Birch gives it to Callahan, the hot hand in the first half. Callahan hounded by Sam Lewis. Callahan drives on Lewis on the baseline. Callahan falls down. Lewis grabbing away at the basketball. And it is a tie-up, possession arrow in favor of UVA, and the Cavaliers force just the second Wright State turnover of this game.
That's really important, right? We talk about taking care of the basketball in Virginia. Great defense by Sam Lewis that time. One-on-one, and got the best of him there. And you could see with his enthusiasm after that ball and forcing the tie-up. Now Virginia's got the ball on the offensive end.
Who's attacking the hoop to our left? Sam Lewis, near wing, presses the ball on his hip, dispatches to Thomas on the perimeter. Malik, 18 feet from the bucket, got to the rim, snaps it to DeRitter, driving from the left wing. Jump pass to Thomas, open for a corner three. He's got it! Virginia strikes first in the second half.
And I like that. That's possible because that ball got into DeRitter's hands early and allowed him to get into the paint, and then he kicked it out to an open Malik for the jumper in the corner.
Cavaliers within 2 points. Wright State takes 9 seconds to get the ball into the front court after a ferocious press from the Hoos. Amari Bay hands off to Panganis on the left wing. Slides in on DeRitter. DeRitter denies it. Feeds out front to Birch. Birch into the lane. Block to block to Amari Bay. Underneath. Traveled with the basketball.
John, that is Johan Grunlow. His presence right there did not go for the ball fake. And then he was down there in no man's land. Great. 2 turnovers now coming out of the break.
Who's Kintyre take the lead on this possession early second half. Sam Lewis, free throw line extended far side, works off of a Grunlow screen, puts the defender on his back, lobs it up to Grunlow, makes the catch on the right block, curls underneath the cup and throws the ball away. Intercepted by Pickett. Here comes Birch for Wright State. Splits in on Hall. Birch pushes off on Hall on the block. Keeps the dribble alive, leans into the shot, fires it off the front of the rim, no good. Grunlow's got the rebound, forehead high for UVA. Here come the Cavaliers, cantering down the floor with Lewis, who is grabbed on his drive.
Sam Lewis attacking, John, in the open space there, finding the little gap and then attacking it, forcing the defender to try to move his feet, initiating contact, picking up the foul as a result. Good move by Sam Lewis.
Second foul on Callahan. He's got to go to the sideline. He's hanging his head and being coached up by Clint Sargent, the second-year coach for the Raiders. Cavaliers get the ball into Tess DeRitter, wing right. Snaps out to Lewis. Thought about a three, puts it on the deck, drives, attacks, layup, blocked. Lewis got it back. Put back is no good. Rebound, scrap for, and won by Wright State with Amari Bay. Lewis had a good look, but he was using that injured right elbow to push the shot up, and he overcooked it. Cavaliers down by 2. Wright State with the basketball. Birch had it stripped away. Dallin Hall's got it. Here he comes. Hall with a 2-on-2. Attacks the rim. Layup. Good! Coast to coast to tie the game at 43. Timeout, Wright State. Here come the Virginia Cavaliers.
Great decision by Dallin Hall that time. 3 turnovers early for Wright State. And Dallin made the right decision, getting the ball to the center of the floor. He had Sam Lewis filling the lane on the right side. He chose to keep it and go all the way in and finish.
Game tied at 43 all, 17:39 to go, second half. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. Virginia has surged right back into this game. We're tied in Philly. We'll be right back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network.
You don't succeed in life by standing still. People in motion get things done. A proud supporter of UVA athletics, Hildrup is a 27-time honoree of United Van Lines Customer Choice Award. Whether it's moving to a new home or office, optimizing your logistics, or managing your workplace, trust Hildrup to set your plans in motion. Schedule your free appointment online at HILLDRUP.com or call 1-800-476-6683. Hildrup, a world in motion.
Davenport & Company, LLC, an employee-owned independent firm, has been serving generations of clients for more than 160 years. At Davenport, we know there is more to our business than providing exceptional financial advisory and wealth management services. It's about building meaningful relationships with each and every client. We can help you plan for retirement, save for education, or even ensure that you have a financial plan in place. Contact us today at 804-780-2000 or visit our website at investdavenport.com. Member NYSE, FINRA, SIPC.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, this is Becca, owner of your local Domino's Pizza. Looking for a new opportunity? Join our team. We offer top industry pay plus an outstanding benefits package with health, dental, paid time off, and 401k with company match. For our management team, we also provide company-paid life insurance and short-term disability plans, including paid maternity leave. Come and see the difference working for a locally owned company can make. Apply online at jobs.domino's.com. Domino's is an equal opportunity employer.
Virginia has scored the first and only points of this second half. Cavaliers outscoring Wright State 5-0 here in the second half to tie this game at 43-all with 17:39 to go in the second half. John Freeman, Jimmy Miller with you. And you can just feel the momentum and the Virginia fans rising and roaring behind the Cavalier bench. Look at Grayson, the manager, pumping up the crowd.
The crowd on their feet.
Cavaliers on defense out of the timeout here in this nervy first-round game from Philadelphia. Wahoo's defending in the white shirts and white shorts. Wright State with the basketball, attacking the hoop to our right. Michael Cooper dribbling with his tattooed right arm. Feeds in the corner to Amari Bay, backing down the 7-footer Grunlow. Amari Bay shoulders into him, snaps out front to Cooper with 8 to shoot. Drifts to the left. Cooper on the baseline with 5. Got underneath the cup. Squeezes to Pickett, driving with 2. Kills the bounce, hands it off to Cooper. Leans into a 3. It careens off the underside of the rim. It's no good. But the offensive rebound for Pickett. And he is fouled in his putback attempts.
Well, that was pretty good defense that entire possession for Virginia. Really a contested three-point shot. Then we talk about offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding, controlling the glass.
Kellen Pickett has 2 free throws. The first one crawls in. Kellen Pickett, the freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Horizon League Freshman of the Year, an explosion of points late in the season. He has gone 4 straight games, scoring 14 or more. Those 2 free throws that he just made are his first 2 points of this game. And Wright State takes the lead back with their first points of the second half. It is 45-43 in favor of the Raiders. Virginia down by 2, attacking the hoop to our left in front of their standing suit-wearing coach Ryan Odom. Tester Ritter got it 8 feet from the bucket, powers into the paint, acquires a double team, beats Sam Lewis, drives to his right, gives it back to DeRitter on the block. Backing down the freshman Pickett. DeRitter feeds Grunlow, attacks the rim, challenged at a high altitude, and he's fouled.
Nice. I like it that time. They kicked it into DeRitter. He kicked it out. And then they put it right back into him. And then he attacked the defense. The double came. He made the extra pass to his teammate going down the lane. Grunlow never put that ball on the floor.
Grunlow at the line for 2 free throws. The first one is perfect with that taped right wrist of his. Johan, just 54% from the line this season, but he's been so much better in the second half. He is 21 of his last 30 from the stripe. And this free throw is perfect. Let's tape that wrist even more. Those look like his best free throws of the season. And Virginia ties it at 45 all. And Grunlow applying full court pressure, eye to eye with Michael Amaribe, who brings the ball over the midcourt stripe for the Raiders. 16:30 to go, second half. Game knotted at 45 all. Pangonis trying to slide in on DeRitter, who moves his feet to defend. Now it's Amaribe. Spins on Thomas. Thomas ripping at the basketball, and he ties him up. It's a jump ball, possession arrow in favor of the Raiders.
When you're a big man, you put that ball down low. That gives the opportunity for guards to come in there and tie it up. Virginia doing a great job of swarming. Once he puts that ball on the floor, John, forcing him to pick it up.
Who's make substitutions? Mallory and Onyenso in for the Cavaliers. Cooper drives on Mallory, whips it in the corner to Amaribe, fires a contested three. It's an air ball. Dallin Hall's got it underneath the hoop for Virginia. Ignites the fast break right to left. Leaves it for DeRitter. Beat his man to the rim. DeRitter flips up the shot, and he missed it off the underside of the iron, and it goes out of bounds off of Virginia's Dallin Hall. DeRitter, a wild drive in the lane. Yeah, look at Ryan Odom.
Tell you what.
He's talking to Tess DeRitter. He says, Tess, slow down.
Yeah, for him to take that next step to the next level, he's got to be able to catch that ball and pull right up. He had the jump shot. He thought he'd be able to get the defender and get by him. He's got to catch and pull right up with a jumper.
Game remains tied at 45 all. Next whistle will bring a dead ball timeout. Andre Holden in for Wright State. Seldom used sophomore. Hands off to Cooper. Angle left side. Chest pass out top to Holden. A three. Back iron no good. Soaring rebound to Chance Mallory, who spins out of a crowd. Here comes Mallory, a 3-on-2. Throws to Sam Lewis, collects in the corner. Lewis driving at Holden, had it stripped away and stolen. Wright State's got it. It was the quick hands of T.J. Birch. Birch on the near wing. Gets in on Lewis, slows up, tosses in the corner to Cooper. Drives from the far side in front of his own bench. Flicks up the fadeaway two and connects from 8 feet out. Wright State takes the lead back. It's 47-45 to the Raiders.
Tell you what, turnovers. It's all about turnovers.
Cavaliers have it attacking the hoop to our left at the March Madness logo at midcourt. It's Dallin Hall. Hall, an aggressive take. Snaps out front to DeRitter. Thought about a three. Instead, puts it on the deck. Drives, kicks to Lewis. Open left wing three on the way. It's good! Virginia takes the lead, 48-47.
Great ball movement that time. Unselfish basketball. You can just feel the momentum starting to change. Can Virginia get a stop on the defensive end?
Second three-pointer today for Lewis. Wright State plotting away on the left wing with Holden. Backing down Onyenso, going at Onyenso, fakes the shot, flips out to Pickett, jacks the three off the left side of the iron, no good. And Onyenso tracks down the rebound in the corner for UVA. Cavaliers up by a point, 14:25 to go, second half. Virginia fans starting to sense separation. Hall at the free throw line, whips it in the corner to DeRitter, a three. Yes! Virginia takes a 4-point lead.
Tess DeRitter in that left corner.
On the other end, holding a wild dribble in the lane, flicks it underneath, and gives it out front to Pickett. Shovel handoff to Cooper. Cooper shadowed by DeRitter every step he takes. Cavaliers leading by 4. Cooper, a long three is good, right in front of DeRitter. He kisses his fingertips and points them at the sky.
Well, he stepped right into that. Pretty good defense. Not good enough.
Virginia leading by a point. Dallin Hall, a jump pass to Onyenso. Feeds Lewis on the outside. Works off of the Onyenso screen. Lobs it to Onyenso. Makes the catch in traffic and gets hacked across the forearm. It's a foul on Wright State. And that sends us to a timeout. 13:34 to go in the second half. Virginia has erased its 5-point halftime deficit. And the Hoos now lead by one single point. 13:34 to go, second half. Virginia 51, Wright State 50. We'll step aside. Be right back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. Hey fans, the Cavaliers are going to Brazil to kick off the 2026 season in Rio de Janeiro at College Football Brazil, where Virginia will take on NC State on August 29th. Visit collegefootballbrazil.com for tickets, travel packages, and more information. And my gosh, Jimmy Miller, I hope that is not the next game that I call here on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. The Hoos in a battle here in the opening round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Virginia leads pesky Wright State 51-50. Cavaliers 29-5 overall this season, winners of 4 of their last 5. The only blemish that lost to Duke in the ACC tournament championship. Meanwhile, Wright State, they have won 5 straight games, and they have done so with some big comebacks. Wright State erased a 12-point second-half deficit in their conference championship. They almost had no business even being here. As they were looked down and out against Detroit Mercy, they rallied in that game. And then they took it to Virginia from the opening whistle here, led by 5 at halftime. But the Hoos have erased that deficit and now lead by a point. And Virginia will have the basketball with 13:34 to go in the second half.
Virginia's done what they're supposed to do coming out here in the second half, made some adjustments, and certainly came out and played with a sense of urgency, which is really important. Now you know you're in a dogfight from here on out. Because Wright State, to your point, we've been here before. We're not going away.
Cavaliers looking to inbound out of the timeout. Tillis, Mallory, Onyenso, Hall, and White, the 5 on the floor. It's Mallory who handles on the perimeter. Snaps to Tillis around the bend to White. Acquires the Tillis screen. Jakari dashing into the lane. Finger flip. Finish is good for 2, falling down.
Really nice turn in the corner by Jakari White that time. And then just exploding to the rim.
Virginia leads by 3 with 13:12 to go. Amari Bay launches a 3 and hits. Tie game. Amari Bay, the graduate student from Houston, pouring in the triples. Game tied at 53-all. For Amari Bay, that is his 4th three-pointer of this game. Dallin Hall, wing near sideline with 12:50 to go. Hall against Holden. Holden grabbing his wrist. No call. Gives to Onyenso out high to White with 6 to shoot. Jakari at the free throw line. Snaps to Hall with 3. Hall dashing into the paint. Got his defender lifted and got hammered, and they call a travel. They called a travel on Dallin Hall.
Holy cow.
And he got mugged underneath the basket, but they're going to say he moved his feet first.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow.
And we take a look at the replay. Wow.
I mean, he's getting pushed and hammered, and the follow through. Flagrant foul coming down, a hard foul.
And the official's going to send the teams to the benches to take a look at the replay. So, all right, Jimmy, taking a look at the replay, we saw Hall go into the lane. By the way, game tied 53-all, 12:38 to go. We saw Hall get into the lane. And he stops his bounce on 2 feet. And yeah, his feet slide, but he's also got the defender up in the air. And when the defender comes down, he drops all of his power in his arms right over the shoulders, the head, the hand, every bit of Hall. For like a old school 1980s Detroit Pistons foul.
And that's what they're going to review right now, is that moment of after the call on the foul. Was it excessive?
Yeah.
And if you're a Virginia fan, you'd say it is for sure. Tell you what, that is a tough call right there, regardless. He's getting pushed, getting down that lane, it felt like.
So we take a look at the replay again. I mean,
yeah,
it looks like a foul that forces Dallin into the travel. Goodness. And then Amari Bay just crushes him across the head and the eye.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at this replay 1,000 times, and you wonder how Wright State is getting the ball back.
You know, the referees are talking about it right now. If we had a NCAA official, head of referees, come in analyze what they're talking about right now?
We got you. Game tied at 53 all, 12:38 to go second half. I do think the officials will come over. We're right next to the TV crew. So the officials will probably come over and explain. And they're still sorting something out over there at the video monitors. And Brian O'Connell will talk into the microphone at one point. We'll see if we can pick that up.
So there's taking a lot of time here. So if you're in the huddle.
Here we go. Here's the call. So it is a flagrant 1 foul on Wright State and Amari Bay. So it's going to be Virginia's going to get the ball, and they should get free throws, right? So yeah, Dallin Hall's going to get 2 free throws, and Virginia will get the ball. So 2 wrongs make a right. A travel and a flagrant foul turn into what should be Dallin Hall shooting free throws in the end.
And give credit to Virginia's bench for recognizing that. They were ready to play on, bringing it to the officials' attention. Good job, good bit of coaching there by that Virginia staff.
Dallin Hall on the line to our left with 20,000 people booing it. First free throw good. He's Virginia's guy when it comes to clutch free throws. He stepped forward in situations like this. He's been the late game closer. And he's going to have a role as this tournament moves on in a late game scenario. Maybe as early as today. Second free throw, perfect.
Well, he's the one guy who's kind of been in this setting of these Virginia players.
The BYU transfer.
Now he's coming out. Take a breather.
So the Cavaliers will get the ball after Hall's made free throws. Who's leading by 2? Mallory trying to get rid of it on the baseline, and a 5-second violation. Just never had an option to open up for him. And he held on to the ball too long, and Wright State forces the turnover.
And you can see the frustration right there between Chance Mallory and Jakari White. Chance Mallory gets called for the violation, and he's telling Jakari White, and Jakari was saying something else about not being there.
So the Cavaliers back on defense. This game screeched to a halt for a couple minutes there. Virginia leading 55-53, 12:30 to go, second half. Wright State with the basketball, Amari Bay. Drives to his left, stops at the curve of the three-point arc, kills the bounce, hands off. Panganis, who free and hits, takes the lead. Another 3 goes for the Raiders, their 11th of this afternoon. Wright State leads 56-55. Jakari White between the rings. Slides the pass to Devin Tillis, who gets double teamed, dribbles out of it, dumps it underneath to Grunlow, who is being grabbed underneath. It is a foul against the Raiders.
It's really important that there's communication taking place. When that double team was coming from the low side, so it was behind Tillis, he couldn't see it. And Grunlow did what he was supposed to do, is flash right to the front of the rim, make that weak side defense step in there, and then the skip pass is going to be open. Wright State did a good job of masking that time.
12 minutes to go. Virginia inbounding, down by a point. Malik Thomas from the far wing terminates the dribble. Casts the rock out front to Jakari White. White launches a 3 and hits. Another one goes.
Boy, he's just picking up where he left off in the first half. That's going to be really important for this Virginia team.
He's 4 of 5 from behind the arc, and the Hoos lead by 2. Amari Bay dribbles once before stopping the dribble. Deals out high to Panganis. Works off of the Amari Bay screen, hounded by Mallory. Amari Bay's got a mismatch, and he's got the basketball. Backing down Malik Thomas. Steps back for a fadeaway 2 and cans it from 18 feet out.
That's what you want him to shoot right there. If he's going to make that, so be it.
Game tied at 58. Thomas, a drive from the wing, lost the handle. Birch steals it. Birch one-on-one against Mallory. Spins, scoops, scores with the foul. Wright State leads 60-58 with 11:08 to go. Time it on the floor. We will take it as well. Who's down by 2? Wright State shooting a free throw when we come back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Down many ways, streets, and lanes all across America, you'll find Valero. At your go-to gas station, volunteering with local charities, fueling communities 365 days a year, and generally being a good neighbor. So whether you're in Texas, Louisiana, or Tennessee, or right here in Virginia, you can always depend on us getting you where you need to be, in life or on the road, right now.
Build, believe, belong. Be a part of something greater than yourself through the Virginia Athletics Foundation Sabre Society, the exclusive philanthropic giving society for Virginia athletics. The Sabre Society provides vital resources to make the University of Virginia a premier brand in college athletics. Members of the society receive dedicated engagement opportunities based on their level of giving, such as VIP game day experiences, behind-the-scenes access, and invites to exclusive events. To learn more about the Sabre Society, call the Virginia Athletics Foundation at 434-982-5555.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Nerves peaking here in Philadelphia. 11:08 to go in the second half. Wright State leading Virginia 60-58. And the Cavaliers' string of first-round nightmares continues. What is it about this first round, Jimmy? Obviously, you got UMBC back in the day. The next year, Virginia was down at halftime as a 1 seed to Gardner-Webb. Then the losses to Ohio, to Furman, to Colorado State, and now the who's down to Wright State. If these teams play in Charlottesville in November, like Virginia would play a team from the horizon, the Cavaliers win it easily, 10 out of 10 times. You've played in this tournament. You've played the minnows. What is it about the first round and a neutral floor that just turns a relatively ordinary team from the Horizon League into superheroes?
Well, it's the fact that they've played 3 months from that November game you referenced to get to this point. They went through their conference, won the regular season, and then won the conference championship. And then every team that comes into the NCAA tournament is playing with a ton of confidence. And then they love the fact, okay, we're the Cinderella team. We're the underdog. It puts so much more pressure on a one-and-done format on that favored team. And Virginia feels that right now. And Wright State, they're responding accordingly. They're playing with house money.
Out of the timeout, the free throw is up and good for T.J. Birch of the Raiders, and he gives them a 61-58 lead. So Wright State up by 3. It was essentially turned into a road game here for the Hoos. Over 20,000 fans, the majority of them cheering for the Raiders. Jakari White a 3. Yes! Another one! They gave him room, and he buries the triple.
He is just money right now. Get the ball into his hands.
Tie game, 61 points apiece with 10:35 to go in the second half. Cavaliers digging deep on defense. Michael Cooper at the gates of the man-to-man. Cooper had the ball knocked away. It's loose, and Wright State comes away with it. Cooper with 10 to shoot on the near wing. Cooper drives, draws a double, lost it, had it ripped away. Here come the Hoos. Down floor, Dallin Hall underneath the bucket. Got hit again, it's a foul. And Dallin going to go to the line for 2 free throws and a chance to give the Hoos the lead.
Hey, I like that decision by DeRitter that time, looking up ahead, getting the ball ahead into Dallin Hall's hands where he could make a really good move with it. Good decision, got the defender lifted, and that time knew it and went up through the contact to draw the foul.
Dallin Hall, the veteran captain for Virginia, playing in his 135th career collegiate game. Went to the Sweet 16 last year with BYU. His free throw's up and good. Virginia has a 1-point lead.
Well, Dallin plays with a ton of experience right now. He's been here, done it. Going to need his floor leadership.
Second free throw airborne. And good. Virginia 7 of 8 from the line. And the Hoos now lead 63-61. And all the Virginia fans in orange behind the bench rising. They want to stop. Cavaliers lead by a deuce. Wright State out of sorts. They dribble out high with Holden, had it, ball taken away. It's loose on the floor. Hall jumps on it, ball's loose again. It's still loose, players diving around, and it is a jump ball. Tie-up. And the possession arrow in favor of the Cavaliers.
Man, you love that. You love to see that from your players. You love to see it from your teammates getting on the floor for the loose ball. When that ball is down there on the floor, don't bend over. Get down there and dive on the floor to tie it up.
9:56 to go, second half. Virginia with a 63-61 lead. Listen to the UVA fans. They rise behind the basket. Now it's Jakari White. A bounce pass to Testa Ritter. 12 feet from the bucket, near sideline. Shovels to Hall. Looks to his right. Offense looks stale. Hall driving. Falls down. Lost it. Turnover. He goes out of bounds between the legs of Jakari White.
I wonder when Ugo might come back into this game. Johann's been out there for a little while now.
Cavaliers lead 63-61. Wright State with a basketball. 9:30 remaining. Here in the opening round in Philly. On an unused seat in the house. Cooper picks up his bounce. Got rid of it just in time to find Amari Bay. Cast it far sideline to Birch. Further far wing to Callahan. Back to Birch. Deals to Cooper on the outside with 7 to shoot. He wants an ISO against Lewis. Takes him baseline. Steps back for a tough fadeaway too. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound to DeRitter. Cavaliers flying in the opposite direction. Lewis to the rim. One-handed slam. He slammed on the brakes and then powered onto the accelerator. Took it to the rack to hammer it down and give Virginia a 4-point lead.
The stutter move right there at the top of the key on the left side. Froze the defender, and then he went in for the fan.
Cavaliers lead 65-61. They smell blood in the water. Cooper backs out the dribble at the March Madness logo at midcourt. Distributes right side to Birch. Birch leans into a 3. Off of iron and glass. Rebound Virginia with 8:30 to go, and the Hoos up by 4. Dallin Hall down the floor. Finds Lewis. Connects with Grunlow. Turns his back to the basket. Dishes to the hot hand Jakari White. Steps into a 3. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound to Ritter. And he's fouled.
Great look there by Jakari White. He felt it. But then the guys were in position. Testa Ritter getting the offensive rebound and being able to go right back up because he was in such great position that time, drawing the foul. Got a chance to go to the line.
It's a 7-0 run for UVA to take a 65-61 lead. And Testa Ritter wiping his sweaty palms as he steps to the free throw line. The first team All-ACC member on the line to our left. Free throw is up and good. 9 points now for Tess.
Johann goes out. Ugo comes in.
DeRitter has another free throw. Dips, deals, and delivers. Got the shooter's roll. This is Virginia's largest lead, a 6-point advantage. And they turn up the heat even more with a full court press. Jakari White stalking Pangonis all the way over the time stripe. Pangonis able to leak a pass to Michael Cooper, dribbling high out front in the silver shoes. They give it to Pangonis on the left block. Shoulder shimmy against White. White holds his ground. Pangonis dumps it off to Pickett, the freshman. Dishes to Cooper on the outside. Snaps near wing to Holden. Driving on Onyenso, turned away, gives it underneath. Layup no good for Pangonis, but he's fouled.
Jakari White that time late to the spot. And Pangonis slashing into the lane because the floor was spread. Picked up the foul.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. Wright State will have 2 free throws, but Virginia has opened up its largest lead of the game. It is 67-61 in favor of the Hoos with 7:52 to go in the second half. We'll be right back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. Nothing has come easy today for the Cavaliers, but they have grit their teeth and now lead 67-61 over Wright State with 7:52 to go in the second half. The Virginia men's basketball program looking to break a 6-year drought without an NCAA tournament win. That is the longest drought ever suffered by a tournament championship winning program. Of course, the Hoos won it all in 2019. And in that overtime win against Texas Tech, when that final horn sounded, they have not won an NCAA tournament game since then. And they have been pushed to the brink by Wright State, valiant Wright State, the Raiders from Dayton, Ohio, the 14 seed. They have shot the lights out against the Hoos, 11 three-pointers. They had Virginia down by 5 at halftime. But right now, Virginia leading by 6. And, Jimmy, it is a 9-0 run for UVA. What did you see in the run to get this advantage, which is the largest of the game for UVA?
Well, I tell you what, they just got that really good defense, forcing Wright State into contested shots, and then, boom, getting out on the offensive end. And a couple of fast break points. And able to convert momentum, big shots, crowd on your side all of a sudden.
Pangonis at the free throw line for Wright State. He's got 2 free throws out of the timeout, and the first one massages every part of the rim and dips through for a point. Pangonis, a transfer from Stephen F. Austin. Second free throw is perfect. These teams shooting well at the line. They are a combined 17 of 19. New score, Virginia 67, Wright State 63. 7:45 remaining. Virginia white shirts and shorts. Dallin Hall at the perimeter. Steps back for a tough 3. Back of the rack, no good. Rebound at the free throw line. Snatched cheek high by Solomon Callahan. Deals down floor to Cooper. Wright State with the basketball, and the Raiders spread it out. Cooper wants the ISO against DeRitter. High-low entry to Pickett, the freshman, with his back to the basket. Banging down on the baseline. Cavaliers come with a post trap. Pickett throws out of it to Callahan. Works it right side. Birch three-pointer good.
Good ball movement that time by Wright State, recognizing the double, kicking it out to the top, and then the extra pass to the other side.
Raiders not going to go away. It's a 1-point game that Virginia leads. 7 minutes even to go. Sha'Carri White spills a pass to Hall. Beats his defender to the bucket. Had it poked away. Ball bounces around several legs. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hall of UVA. And again, it is Birch of Wright State who's got those lightning fast hands. Just able to poke the ball away from Hall, and then it pinballed around. And last touch Hall for a turnover.
Yeah, it's 13 turnovers now for Virginia. And you just can't have empty possessions in a game like this.
Wright State with a basketball. Chance to take the lead with a basket. Virginia leading by a point with 6:50 to go. Raiders with the rock at the midcourt logo and the D written in March Madness. Up high it is Pickett with a t-shirt underneath his black jersey. Deals to Callahan, distributes left side to Amari Bay. Thought about a three, puts it on the deck, hops into the lane, lost it, but it goes right to Pickett. His shot blocked by Enyinso. Returned right back to Pickett with 4 to shoot. Beats it out high to Cooper, steps into a three. Side iron, no good. Rebound in traffic to Sam Lewis of Virginia. Lewis behind the back dribble to free himself into the front court. Lewis spins on Birch, picks up the bounce and finds DeRitter. DeRitter powers into the paint, gallops in there, had his shot blocked from the side. Birch has it for Wright State. In transition, feeds Cooper, layup good. Raiders take the lead back with 6 minutes even to go. It's a 1-point advantage for Wright State. Mallory on the outside, jump pass to DeRitter. DeRitter attacks, kicks out to Lewis, hoists a three. It's a brick. Amari Bay has the rebound for Wright State with 5:45 to go. And the Hoos trailing 68 to 67. Callahan snaps to Amari Bay, fires a three, left side of the iron, no good. Rebound to Tess DeRitter of UVA, chest high. DeRitter gasping for air as he crosses the time stripe, and then a foul on the perimeter. Sam Lewis just got teed up. Sam Lewis got fouled, and then Sam Lewis had the ball in his hands, and he mock-handed it to T.J. Birch. And Sam Lewis is called for a technical for taunting. And that is the third foul on Sam Lewis, and it's going to be free throws here for Callahan, who is 92%. It's a technical, Jimmy. The free throw is good for Callahan. Lewis had the ball in his hand, and he had just gotten the better of Birch, who's been talkative this game, and Lewis just cheekily handed him the ball on the side. It's a taunting technical. I mean, it is. As much as I hate it, it's a technical. And Lewis knows it. He rolls his head in disgust. As Callahan makes both free throws. Now that was the 8th foul on Wright State. So Sam Lewis is going to go to the free throw line for the front end of a 1-and-1 after receiving the technical. Lewis on the line to our left. The free throw is up and good. Who's within 2 with 5:32 to go.
Wow, a lot happened right in there.
Lewis another free throw. White shoes, white socks, white shorts, white shirt. Free throw up, good. And Lewis goes to the bench. Cavaliers making substitutions. Looking like they're bringing in their best defensive unit. Enyinso, DeRitter, Mallory, Hall, and Thomas. Virginia trailing by a point with 5:32 to go in the second half. Amari Bay takes the inbound, and he walks the ball over the midcourt stripe himself before a hip-high handoff to Birch. He dribbles in front of his second-year head coach, Clint Sargent. Feeds Callahan on the left elbow, yanks out the dribble with 12 to shoot, returns it to Birch. Birch sliding to his right, spins on Mallory, got into the paint, fires up the runner, it's no good. Offensive rebound to Wright State and Amari Bay. Amari Bay on the left elbow. Hands off to Cooper with 12 to shoot. 5 minutes even to go. Cooper trying to break down Hall, shoves off on Hall, creates separation, fires the 2 and misses it. Rebound Virginia and Mallory. Dashing down the far corridor. Who's down by a point? DeRitter, a 3. No good off the right side of the iron. Rebound to Wright State and Amari Bay. Boxing out his defender. 4:40 to go. Wright State leading by a point with the basketball. Birch, angle near side against Thomas with 15 to shoot. Cast the rock to Callahan. Acquires the Amari Bay screen. Flips it to Amari Bay. Thought about a three, puts it on the deck and travels. It's a turnover, and Virginia will get it back with 4:22 to go in the second half, and the Hoos trailing by a point.
You can see Ugo, that was good defense that time, enough to be out there to bother. And then Amari Bay put the ball on the floor. He didn't want to shoot it because he felt Ugo's presence was close enough. And then picked up the quick travel. And now Johan is back in.
Wright State leading 70-69. Cavaliers with the basketball, attacking the hoop to our left with 4:15 remaining in the second half. Jakari White on the perimeter. He's been awesome today. Jakari attacks, finger flip, finish, good! Virginia takes the lead back by a point.
Well, that was a good roll action there by Ugo, or rather Johan that time. Jakari White had the lane, and Johan had position.
Cavaliers lead 71-70 with 3:50 to go. Birch kicks right side to Cooper. Got his defender lifted. Cooper's floater is short. Rebound Grunlow, Virginia. Cavaliers with the basketball leading by a point with 3:35 remaining. White steps over the midcourt stripe, oozing with confidence and 21 points in his pocket. Dallin Hall, top of the arc. Dallin penetrates. Slowed up by the defense of Cooper. Pulls the dribble out with 12 to shoot. Dallin in front of his own bench. A jump pass to Jakari. Jakari slashes in the lane. Feeds Thomas. Lines up a three. Heavy. Rebound tapped around and claimed underneath the basket by Hall. Shovels to Grunlow. Two-hand finish.
Boy, staying with it, John, on the offensive glass. Second chance opportunities.
Virginia leads 73-70 with 3 minutes even to go. Timeout, Wright State. Timeout taken by Wright State. Virginia now leads 73-70. Sends us to our final timeout of regulation. We're well past the 5:29 mark of the second half, but it's still the perfect time to remind families of Invest 529. If you have a future Cavalier, Invest 529 can help you save for their future college expenses. Learn more at invest529.com. Cavaliers leading by 3. 2:59 to go, second half. We'll be right back on the Virginia Sports Radio Network.
Davenport & Company, LLC, an employee-owned independent firm, has been serving generations of clients for more than 160 years. At Davenport, we know there is more to our business than providing exceptional financial advisory and wealth management services. It's about building meaningful relationships with each and every client. We can help you plan for retirement, save for education, or even ensure that you have a financial plan in place. Contact us today at 804-780-2000 or visit our website at investdavenport.com. Member NYSE, FINRA, SIPC.
Down many ways, streets, and lanes all across America, you'll find Valero. At your go-to gas station, volunteering with local charities, fueling communities 365 days a year, and generally being a good neighbor. So whether you're in Texas, Louisiana, or Tennessee, or right here in Virginia, you can always depend on us getting you where you need to be, in life or on the road, right now.
You don't succeed in life by standing still. People in motion get things done. A proud supporter of UVA athletics, Hildrup is a 27-time honoree of United Van Line's Customer Choice Award. Whether it's moving to a new home or office, optimizing your logistics, or managing your workplace, trust Hildrup to set your plans in motion. Schedule your free appointment online at HILLDRUP.com or call 1-800-476-6683. Hildrup, a world in motion.
Every Hoos fan knows UVA speaks hoops. And if you're a Pork fan, your taste buds know that Smithfield Speaks Pork. As a proud sponsor of UVA basketball, Smithfield knows how to craft quality, flavor-packed pork that's perfect for game day. From pregame feast to halftime bites. No matter if your language is smoky, sweet, spicy, or all of the above. Whether it's their ready-to-eat anytime favorites ham, flavor-packed marinated tenderloins, or a smoky classic like their hometown original bacon, Smithfield Pork speaks for itself. Smithfield, we speak pork.
This is it. We will go commercial free to the end of regulation. 2:59 remaining in the first round of the NCAA tournament here in the second half in Philadelphia. Virginia leading Wright State 73-70, a game where the largest lead for either team has been just 6 points. 18 lead changes, 11 junctures in which it has been tied. But Virginia has ripped off a 6-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes, and the third-seeded Cavaliers now lead 73-70. And the Hoos will be on defense out of the timeout. What do you look for here, Jimmy?
Well, yeah, listen, you got to stop the ball. This is you got to be tough here, right? Every pass, you need 5 guys to go in there and rebound the basketball. Contest, don't get lifted, be disciplined.
Play underway. Wright State with the basketball. Cooper with 12 to shoot. Backing down Jakari White. Jump pass in the corner. It's caught by Pickett underneath the basket. Feeds the slashing Callahan. His shot rejected by Grunlow and taken by the Virginia center. Here come the Hoos in transition. Sam Lewis had his pass knocked out of bounds by Cooper. It'll stay with Virginia with 2:36 to go in the second. And the Cavaliers leading 73-70.
Wright State does a good job defensively getting back in transition and jumping the passing lanes. Virginia's got to be mindful of that. Take care of the basketball. That is paramount here in the last 2.5 minutes.
Hoos bring in Testa Ritter, 24 on the shot clock, 2:36 on the game clock. Virginia leading by 3. Wahoo's inbounding in front of their own seated bench. They pop it out front to Dallin Hall. Dallin delegates to Jakari White. They glue all over him with Callahan. Jakari at the midcourt logo. Acquires a double team. Flops it to Grunlow. What a catch in traffic. And he lays it in for 2.
Excellent coming out of that play right there. Jakari White, knowing that Johan was going to be open on the roll, threw it up there where only he could catch it.
Virginia leading by 5. Amari Bay near sideline with 2:05 remaining in regulation. Turns his back to the basket. Grunlow all over him. Amari Bay leaks a pass to Cooper on the perimeter with 10 to shoot. Cooper between the rings. Wants a screen, now gets a clear out. Cooper drives on to Ritter. Cooper flips it up, no good. Rebound up in the air and claimed by DeRitter of Virginia. Links up with Sam Lewis, being chased in the backcourt. Feeds it down floor to Jakari White. 1:45 remaining. Wright State chasing the basketball with 1:40 left, and the Hoos leading by 5.
Composure here is important.
Dallin Hall's got it. Hurries towards the rim. Feeds to Ritter in the corner. DeRitter sliding to the left block. Puts up the hook. Rolls around. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Wright State. And the Cavaliers will get it back with a fresh shot clock at 20 seconds. And the Hoos leading 75-70.
So Wright State's wondering, hey, who's it off of? And now they're bringing in a substitute.
It was off of Pickett.
Yeah.
Virginia can make it a 3-possession game here with a basket. Cavaliers get it in to Lewis at the free throw line. Turns and faces the hoop. Whips a pass to White. Fires up the 3. Is that the dagger? Buries it from the far corner. Largest lead of the game for UVA, an 8-point advantage. And the Cavaliers turning on the pressure. They nearly get a steal. Panganis takes the entry pass, throws down floor to Amari Bay, who's leading by 8 with 1:05 to go. Amari Bay, a desperation 3 is good. With 1 minute even to go, Virginia leading by 5, 55 seconds to go. Wright State thinking about fouling. Dallin Hall on the outside, pestered, distributes to Jakari. Cooper all over him. Jakari White spinning out of pressure. Keeps the dribble alive with 12. Jakari White with it. 24 points already. Jakari wants the one-on-one at the logo. Drives by his defender. Jakari to the rim. Layup good! The Jakarmi has taken over Philadelphia. Wow! 28 seconds to go. Hoos lead by 7. Here's Birch. Desperation 3. It's all air. Out of bounds.
Boy, you can feel it right now. It's a 7-point game. Still 20 seconds. You got to get the ball in. And you got to come and meet the pass. You've got to be strong with the basketball. Don't shy away from it.
Wright State's got a foul. Virginia inbounding. Jakari White's got to get it in, and he throws it high, and it's caught by Dallin Hall over the shoulder, and he's grabbed from behind. Oh, my gosh, Jimmy.
Coach Odom was pulling everybody over there right now, quickly. Running through. It's like a free timeout. as Dallin Hall will go to the foul line. He's talking through what to do defensively.
Virginia leading 80-73 with 19 seconds to go.
Oh, look at the Virginia fans are all standing up. You know, this game is the hardest game because you feel so much pressure being the higher seed, knowing that everybody else is cheering against you.
This is the hardest. What's the easiest game? They don't exist in this tournament.
The next game.
Dallin Hall on the line to the left. 1-and-1 free throw. It's good. Of course it is.
For so many reasons, right? To get the monkey off your back of securing your first win since 2019 in the NCAA tournament. And all the narrative around that.
8-point Virginia lead. Hall another one on the line to our left. It's up and good. Wright State inbounding with 19 seconds to go. TJ Birch over the time stripe, fouled by Hall because Virginia has fouls to give. So that is the 5th foul on UVA.
So they talked about that. That's one of the things over there. Ryan Odom made them aware of the situation and time.
14 seconds to go. Wright State gets it into Cooper. His runner is no good off the back of the rim. Sam Lewis has the rebound for Virginia. Wright State waves the white flag. And after 6 long years, the Cavaliers have gotten the Cinderella off of their backs. It's over. The Who's move on in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Our final from Philadelphia. Virginia 82 and Wright State 73. The Cavaliers were pushed to the brink. They close with a 15-3 run. And they will face the winner of Miami of Ohio versus Tennessee.
Wow. Get that one under your belt. Now the pressure's off. That first one, I'm telling you, against the lower seed, Cinderella, all that working against you, and they came out in the second half and showed grit and determination and fight. Outstanding.
Cavaliers win it 82-73, and we're going to have Sam Lewis come over in a moment. Sam celebrating with Coach Odom, coming over and saying something as well to the TV crew. All right, let's put the headset on. Well, Sam's got to take the alternate route to get to our headset. Here we go. Let's talk to Sam Lewis. 12 points for Sam Lewis. Sam, what's it feel like? You just won an NCAA tournament game.
It feels great. First of many, proud of my guys coming out with the victory. It was tough, but we got it done.
What were you guys saying during those timeouts when Wright State was up here in the second half and the whole crowd was against you?
Stay connected. It was nothing we